Wahoo! Hello everyone, Jack Holleworth here, and it's time for a Jack Plays on the hottest PlayStation 2 game of 2005, Street Boyz. So basically, if you don't know what this game is, it basically all started with a series of Japanese games called Simple 1500, which was basically a compilation of budget-priced PS1 titles, which, as the name suggests, they all cost about 1,500 yen each. So when Sony's brand new PlayStation 2 came along, D3 Publisher were fast enough to pretty much make a sequel series called Simple 2000. And this was one of the games that was part of one of the many spin-offs of the Simple 2000 series. God, I probably sound like a huge idiot trying to sum up this backstory to you. But yeah, Street Boyz was known as Volume 21 of the Simple 2000 Ultimate series under the original name
剣車獣とヤンキー番長昭和99年の伝説チルダ
But the Europeans said, guys, that's way too long. Just call it Street Boyz. But yeah. And no, your eyes are not deceiving you. This is the game. Yo, Jin! I'm here to put an end to our fighting once and for all. You never learn, do you? Today we're gonna decide who is number one in this town. Yeah, sure. Come on. I'm coming. Are you Jin, number one in town? Yes, so what the F do you want? We've come to take you away. You, what the... Get him! And we get arrested for no apparent reason. I also forgot to mention that other notable games in the Simple 2000 series include Bust a Block, which is basically just 3D Arkanoid, and Demolition Girl, which is basically just Ace Combat for people who have a giantess fetish. So we've just got thrown into this prison cell with another street boy named Ginji. But who the hell would? Goki, the leader of the worst and most powerful gang, the Hell Black Heaven. If you're a thug from the area, you must have heard of him. A country dominated by a thug. That would be disastrous. I've got to get out of here. It's no use. It's no use. This is a beautiful, well-polished English translation. the H in is not even capitalized. And all right is 2 words instead of 1. So yeah, seeing as how we're all handcuffed up, we can't really carry out any combos. Well, the only combo we can use at the moment, but you get the idea. Also, despite this game supporting the analog control, like almost every PS2 game I've played does, you can't move the camera left or right at the very least. You can use the left thumbstick as an alternative for moving Jin around, so that's something. So yeah, now that we've got this key, we can now take our handcuffs off and kick some ice. And we've also unlocked our ability to lock onto enemies with L1. So yeah, this is pretty much a game. I kind of like to call it like a 3D River City Ransom, with the whole theme of gangs. Well, the whole gang war concept in general, really. And I say you can perform combos, but there's really only one kind you can perform, and that's the basic 5-hit one, which you can perform by mashing square over and over again. Well, you also have sort of a strong attack that you can also turn into a charge attack by pressing or holding triangle, but yeah, other than being able to grab items and use them by pressing circle, there's really not much you can do in terms of combat. Well, you can also press circle to kick guys while they're down, which I didn't really know until very late in. One thing that's kind of annoying about weapons is that if you take what the game likes to deem as reasonable damage, when you get knocked down, obviously you drop the weapon, which is kind of standard for beat-em-ups of this kind. But the weapon ceases to exist. You can't pick it back up or anything. It's just gone. I don't know what the reasoning for this decision was, but yeah, I can only assume that the game did. Whatever. Pressing triangle and circle together will perform the crash technique, which is basically a Kamehameha. And anyone who watched a lot of Dragon Ball Z will get that reference. By the way, I'm not hating on Dragon Ball Z or anything, but people must have a lot of patience to watch Goku charge up a spirit bomb for like 900 episodes. So here's our first boss. Double exclamation mark. Ah! You've made a mess of my discrimination office. I'm pretty sure the Japanese version had voice acting, as was the case with Demolition Girl, but they're just taken out of this PAL release for whatever reason. But yeah, Semegawa is our first boss, but I just like to call him Seme for the sake of simplicity, and that's what the game refers to him as, with the boss health meter and all. He's a pretty basic boss, and all of them are pretty easy to read. By the way, when this happens, when you get into a stare down, you just have to mash circle like crazy. If you win the stare down, you get to land a few hits on your opponents. But obviously, if you lose, the exact opposite can happen to you. You can also use this yourself by pressing R3, which is basically you just click the right thumbstick in, but I'm never really too bothered to use it myself. And that is stage 1 done. Hey Jin, you were lucky to escape, but what are we going to do now? First of all, I have to know what's been going on in this town while I was away. I know that the guys that hang around Tetsuo, Genjis and shopping streets here really well. Also, I can't speak Japanese. Let's go and meet them. This next level is just nothing but a boss fight. Wah! It's you, Jin! So the rumour that you had fled the discrimination office was true. Sosuke, has something happened while I was away? Before talking, we have to greet each other in our own way. In the meantime, let's get on with the fight that was rudely interrupted. When we finish, we can talk. Let's take the big one with us too. Shosuke is pretty basic. I say as I get punched to death by him. Nothing too special to say about him. He pretty much behaves the same way as you do. And I swear, charge attacks coupled with your partner's attacks can be a real game breaker. Okay, you win. That was a very informative cutscene. There's nothing we can do. Let me explain. We were immediately attacked by the powerful Hell Black Heaven Gang. What? Exclamation mark and question mark. I defended Shopping Street, but... I see. With no full stop whatsoever. Hey Jin, what are you going to do now? I will never forgive this act of cowardness. Next time we'll do the attacking. Wait! Okay, you've convinced me. Take me with you. I'll show you what I can do. Come on, big brother. You called me big brother. Since I've decided to become your ally, it's like you have a younger brother now. Except not really. because I'm pretty sure that's not how it works. Nah, never mind. Hey, big brother. And now, where are we going? This English translation. Maybe those bards have got their hands on our school. I want to drop in there and see what the situation is. And in true Final Fantasy fashion, Sosuke has now joined our party. So we're going to swap Ginji out for Shosuke, and we're going to move on to Gurren Street. You can't get through here. Get away, yeah! Can I just say that this song gave me sort of the Double Dragon vibe at first? Also, this song has no reason to be this good unironically. I mean, just listen to it. Why does a budget games soundtrack have to sound so good? Why am I getting destroyed by early enemies? Like, this just isn't like me at all. Granted, your health does regenerate somewhat, but still doesn't change the fact that I'm pretty much sucking at this. God, this soundtrack is so amazing. Yeah, you can perform combos with these weapons if you want, but yeah, I just like to go for the 1-1 just to ensure that I don't drop it. Well, the 1-1 does seem more consistent anyway. And that's pretty much everyone, so let's move on. I swear, every time the PS2 tries to read the next part of CD-based games, well, it certainly sounds like something, to say the least. Oh, by the way, pressing R2, you can enable your partner's special attack. Get to a couple of enemies to do it. Come here. Also, if the special attack is enabled, you can perform the double crash technique. I don't know how much more damage it does compared to the regular one, but it looks way cool. Or way cooler, I should say. This riff. I'm probably gonna end up going to the shops like way later, simply because what I'm making right now is pretty much chump change compared to what you can make later on in the game. You know, provided you actually want to bother killing enemies. But yeah, this is the true peak of 2005 gaming right here. You know, Guitar Hero, Resident Evil 4, Shadow of the Colossus. They got nothing on Street Boys of all games. So here's our new enemy, the Giant. He can be slightly annoying. Come on, do your thing. Yeah, if you're not ready for that, that's what can make him slightly annoying. You can block by pressing R1, which I never really found myself doing that much because I'm so cocky, but yeah. Just a nice little trick in case you want to do better at this game than me. So, funny story, while I have nothing new to say about the game so far, I should probably tell you the story of how I acquired this game in the first place. So basically, last month, we headed over to a Comic-Con over in London, and much like every other Comic-Con we went to, there was a retro game panel that belonged to One Press Start Gaming, which mainly specialised in retro games, most of which seemed to be CD based from what I could tell. You know, PS1, stuff like that. And while we were browsing through the rare and expensive Persona 3 Fezzas and the dirt cheap Tekken Tag tournaments, we noticed a game sticking out from all the spines that was called Street Boys, and it was on sale for about £15. Obviously, we all got our fair laughs out of what the cover art looked like. Although really, the only reason I really bought this game was purely as a joke. And fast forward a month later, I ended up unironically liking it to some degree. Even though it's extremely basic in nature. Hey, come back here. Yo, that feels so good, the charge attack. Like, I'd heavily advise using lock-on for it simply because it's pretty hard to make without it. But yeah, I've spent enough time killing enemies for now. Let's just move on. like, I'm still, like, speaking of Persona 3 Fairs, I'm surprised that game hasn't really dropped down in price, considering most people who were introduced to the series through Persona 5 ended up picking up 3 and 4 pretty much afterwards. So yeah, third boss time. Are you trying to get through this way by any chance? I'm sorry, but you really can't. The chief said that no one is allowed through here, you hear? If you want to get through, you have to defeat me first. You'll have to defeat the great Usho of the Hell Black Heaven. Usho is pretty much interchangeable from Charme. To be completely honest. Oh, stare down already? Sure, why not? Like, I find it funny how the bosses use them quite a lot at certain points. Yeah, I'm never really bothered to use that against them, even though I have it myself. Like, I don't really want to be a coward and fight him with charge attacks. I think I'll do the rest of it sort of an old-fashioned way. And that's boss 3 done. And yeah, your final ranking can depend on a lot of different things, like how long you take to beat the stage, how many enemies you kill, your maximum combo, how many items you collect, stuff like that. This is one of Hell Black Heaven's bosses. When I beat you, I'll have everything under control. Jin, this sounds like a real declaration of war. You're not funny. This guy makes stomach... I hope you'll show the same spirit later on. I'll break them into pieces. Come on, let's go to the Bakuretsu High School. And next time, we are going to do just that.